Hi, I'm James Rear.
And I'm Steve Van Dyke here at Tumalo Creek. Today we're going to focus on the 2020 Hobie Outback, and we're going to do the basic setup for fishing. Today we're going to focus on three things in this video. The first one is going to be rod and pole management. The second one will be tackle management, and the third one will be fish management after you catch the fish. Let's get started. Okay, the first one is pole management. Now in pole management, the Hobie Outback has all kinds of options for you to use. You have the inside track, you have the outside track, you have the 4 pole holders. All of these will help you set up your kayak. Today I'm going to focus on the tracks. Now the first thing we need to get is the Mighty Mount setup that you can buy here at Tumalo Creek. Now this is really good because it allows you to go anywhere with this setup. So I'm going to set up my side here. Okay, now that I have this set up and tied in, it is a solid mount. Now I can go ahead and grab one of my fishing pole holders. This one is set up for fly fishing. Okay, the fly fishing mount is pretty basic and pretty simple. Keep going back and forth here. And very simple, very basic. This slides in and you can lock it in place. This is set up for transport as I'm transporting from one site to the other. The second system, which is a quick grip mount, this is set up for when I'm transporting just my regular trout pole. I can put it in, transport it, and click it in place, and then it's ready to go. The one thing about pole management is you want to keep your poles out of the way until you're actually using them. If you have them in your way, there's a good chance that you can, 1, snag your pole, 2, get your pole caught in a lot of bad situations, such as getting it caught on your paddle if you're using it, getting it caught in your net. So when I'm transporting them, I always transport them up. When I'm in the middle of fishing and when I want to fish, I fish with it across from me. That way, when the fish catches, I can reach straight out in front of me, pull up and grab the pole. If you have it sticking out to the side, like a lot of people tried at the beginning of first, people like to do this. The problem with that is, for you to pick up the pole, you have to lean over the edge of your kayak, and you can put a lot of pressure on that one side. You always want to keep your pressure in line with the beam of your kayak. So therefore, always fish with your kayak straight across, with your pole straight across from you. The second thing is, I have these rod extenders. That way I can put this up above my knees and according to my chest. If you have it down low, if you're trying to go across, your knees are going to bump your pole every time. Okay, now, the other options for pole management. You always have this guy right here. Okay, which is, you have 4 of them. You have one in front, one in back on each side. Now these are great, except for if you do have a problem and you get your kayak on the side, there's nothing to lock these into place, so they can fall out. So I use this guy here, and then I use my pole leash. Now, the reason I put a pole leash on everything is once in your lifetime, you are going to lose a pole over the side, and you're going to watch it sink out of it as it goes down underwater. That's the first time and the last time that you'll probably do that. Then you'll probably start leashing your rods.
Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is the tackle and tool management. One of the things they added is a tether here, so you can leash things like pliers here, or scissors. They got them on the 4 corners here, and in addition they've got other tethers that you can tie things down, whether it's a tackle box here, more tethers in the corner on both sides. It used to be that you had to add the rectangular hatch. This one's built into this model, and what I use it for is keeping all the equipment I need for that day. These 5x9 Plano type boxes fit great in here, so you can take all your different equipment. This is removable, so you can take it to the house and get it loaded up. This is a watertight compartment, and so it keeps all your gear ready to go, easy access.
Fish management. What do you do with the fish after you have caught it? And my first and most important statement is have a plan set up in advance. If you're in catch and release, have your tools handy so that you don't get the fish out of the water, or if you do, the fish is out of the water for a very short time. So with me, when I'm catch and release fishing, I have my measurement tray handy right here. I have pliers to get the hook out of the fish, and I have everything handy so that when the fish is at the side of the boat, I can have it right there. The fish is either still in the water or just barely out of the water, and then I can put it back in as fast as possible. It's very important that in catch and release that you keep that fish either in the water or get it back in the water as soon as possible, okay? Now, if you're going to keep the fish, there are several ways in which to do so. The first way is to bring the fish out of the water and use either a catch bag like this with ice in it, or you can put a small cooler if they're trout, or you can use a game clip or a stringer. Now, these are all tied to the boat, once again, because if you put a fish on here and it slips out of your hands, you still have it when you retrieve it. If it slips out of your hand without it, the fish goes back in and you catch him again. It's important to have that plan. Now, anytime you're out in the ocean or anytime you're out in the lakes or whatever you're doing, make sure that you have something in case. A lot of people go out and they'll catch trout. They don't have any place to put it, so they put it in the back of the kayak, and by the time you're done fishing, the trout is no longer food worthy. So get a plan, make sure you stick with the plan, and have a great day.